Good to go.
Thank you so much.
And that was my 1980s movie skills of just typing as fast as I can to hack the system. But we're in it. We're into game one. Should be a fun one. There's a lot of voice lining going on when we were paused, which is always fun.
Chimpanzee noises. Apes together strong. 5-man smoke coming on from D1 Hustlers. Let's see.
They're
full wrap around. Yep.
Missing Liquid because they went straight for it. Couple of obs placed here, and still that obs called sentry ward. It's gonna get me one day, but not today.
30 seconds to battle.
See if they come all the way back across, because you've got Nisha actually getting a little bit close to the Underlord. Feel like this might end up turning into a fight. What are you thinking, Lacoste?
I feel like someone's gonna get
blood.
baited. Makoda, he's the one going in. Frost Blast plus Blood Grenade. A lot of slow. Zai.
I know you love that Blood Grenade.
Zai might be in trouble. He's
The battle begins.
moving at 310 move speed. Gets the Gale off.
And goes for the Gale, but already taking a lot of damage. There's the Blood Grenade. Firestorm on top of him. He'll fall for first blood. Hakoda gets credit for that. And Boxy unable to get the trade and now just trying to run a little bit. But he does have Insania coming over from the side.
Spirit Breaker can't really help you with much, considering that he didn't even skill anything, so they just left Zai to die. Hakoda gets the first blood, which means there's going to be some extra regeneration, bringing in Tango Sticks and 2 sentries as well.
So which of these lanes is really sticking at you the most? Because we've kind of seen like this Void Spirit in a couple different matchups. Is this a matchup that they should win, or is it more the side lanes that we should be worrying about as we get into the early stages of this game?
I think he's not going to do as good as he does in other matchup, considering he's playing into Templar Assassin. So we'll have to see. But yeah, the laning stage, very important, as it always was in Dota. I don't think there was a time where it's like, oh, nah, man, screw the laning stage. We don't want to play first 10 minutes anyway. We're just going to get that comeback gold. Now they're swapping the lanes, it seems like. Mickey, he's going bottom.
He's going to switch up bottom. It makes it a little bit easier to swap lanes like that. It used to be, you know, you're forced to either TP, and the first one to TP usually loses the lane swapping shenanigans.
I like this, the way Hustlers started it, putting Faceless Void so that he doesn't lane into Venomancer immediately.
Right.
Because damage output from Wind Ranger early on, you can easily use Time Walk every single time after a power shot. Xantic on a mid lane, 5 and 3. Templar Assassin, 7 and 2. Doesn't have enough money for bottle. That's a big one still. Doesn't have it.
Would love to grab that bottle, start sipping, start regenning here, but Nisha is doing some damage. He doesn't have level 3 quite yet, but Xantic has to be careful with just the 150 health he has remaining with the 2-minute mark hitting. Is he even going to be able to grab a water rune? And the answer to that is no, because Boxy's coming over as well to grab the other one.
I think this is the call that like Nisha makes. Pick it up. He's not having bottle yet, so once he gets it, now on really low HP.
Charge on Hakoda, and they're trying to get the Shackle into a kill, but instead Mickey goes down. He stands in the Firestorm and falls. And there's a trade for Boxy, but that's not the trade if you're Liquid that you want to get.
Most definitely. I'm just looking at this mid matchup. They will need to help at Xantic. I want to see Lich TPing mid refill his bottle, because he's, you know, I'm not gonna say struggling, has more CS than Templar Assassin right now, but will TP bottom instead. Okay, maybe at Xantic says he doesn't need it. We'll get either a bounty rune at 3 minutes, push out the wave, or he's gonna be getting the 4-minute water rune, but we'll need some kind of a help.
It's a bit of a problem, though, because it becomes a war of attrition, right? Like, if Nisha can continue to put the damage on and you've got no
Zai
control, the problem, Zai is surrounded and will end up falling. Insania, he's got the tombstone down, maybe trying to get a trade on this Clinks, needs a right click to get it, will do so. And now Shad forced to time walk. He doesn't exactly have a lot of health, but he does get the tombstone down.
Still a good trade.
The +1, maybe they could get something going, but
I think Zai was supposed to have good laning stage in this one, and with the lane setup, Hustlers kind of ruined it. So Venomancer, not a hero that plays well from behind. In terms of the pressure that he puts out on the map, you can always fall back into the jungle, farm up. There's an outer ring, so Venomancer will get the farm nonetheless, but you want to have that Poison Sting level 2 the chip damage that you constantly put on Faceless Void. And now Theo, he's in trouble.
Yeah, they're still going for Theo again as he just came back to the lane. He was hit with the Gale, the right clicks from Insane.
Deny.
I walk the bash
And get it.
and the deny. Wow. And while that's going on, Boxy was just fighting Hakoda 1v1. And eventually, well, Boxy comes away with the kill. I'll start to farm and or sacrifice himself to this camp over here.
Look at him putting stick, putting all the stat items in the backpack so that he does die faster. And will respawn in 20 seconds. It makes Klink's life so much difficult. Like, he wants to be dominating this laning stage, use Starbomb, very annoying spell, but can't do that against hero like Undying, who's really not afraid to trade. One Gale, he doesn't move. And also in terms of his HP, doesn't really have that much.
And we've seen just the stark contrast from his game now to other Klink's games we've seen in the past, where just Klink's is moving around, getting a lot of kills. All of a sudden, he becomes a core at about the 25-minute mark, and you're not really going to feel much of that with the way that the Klink's game is going right now.
6 heroes top lane.
They've got the charge. It's on a Hakoda, and now he's going to be forced to run. Zai's here. They'll have the focus to get this kill onto the Lich. Well, Theo and Shad just kind of sit there in the top lane and continue to farm, knowing that their Lich was already dead.
They might need to swap the lanes. Shad's not getting too much. Right now, Liquid is the one kind of controlling the map, controlling these movements, and as soon as Shad gets close, he gets scaled, gets hit by Poison Sting. The overtime damage makes this lane almost unbearable for him. It's an overall good time dilation game. Oh no, they're going for him as well.
Through the Klinks with the Tombstone down, that's going to get them at least one. Shad's far enough away where they can't really dive onto the tower safely, but they can start to put the pressure on the tier 1 tower top, and I would say, honestly, probably get it.
Let's see.
Nothing really stopping them.
Shad doesn't have much HP to work with.
He needs to be very careful. Charge coming in over mid. That hits the Void Spirit. Hakoda's going to be bashed up. They had the Aether Remnant for a second to try and slow them down, but Hakoda still dies, and with their heroes over mid for Liquid, it's another kill on the board for them, and they're 6-3 ahead with a 1k net worth lead.
Yeah, this is something that the panel did mention. Play around this Void Spirit, who was still not level 6. Oh, Boxy cancels the charge, sees that he just got that level 6, and they're going to refill at Xantic's bottle one more time.
And they're going to go back towards top. They still want to put pressure onto the tier 1 tower. Theo's the only one standing here between them and getting it. And it's also 7 minutes, so they want to focus and take this Wisdom Rune and take the experience away from the hands of D1 Hustlers.
They have 3 heroes on the side. They want to steal it and get a kill. The Vailama was thinking about invading, but maybe a bit too afraid. There aren't heroes showing. Zai misses the Gale.
Oh. Fiend's Gate, but Wisdom Rune's already gone. So opened a gate and found nothing behind it. It's unfortunate as Nisha mid going down to Hakoda, and that's the kill you really need to get, because at Xantic, he was kind of struggling in this lane. The CS isn't exactly far behind, but they've been trying to give him everything he can get in terms of refilling that bottle after the struggle started, and now you finally get a kill on Anisha, and that feels really great.
Exactly the kill they needed. Get some extra levels, get Xantic to a better start now. 8 minutes into the game. Oh no, Teolicor. This is why Spirit Breaker was immediately picked. Shackle doesn't even connect, but yeah. As Klinks with no boots, what can you do?
You can run at 310 movement speed and hope to juke out these heroes, but there's a bash and a kill. Mickey gets credit for that one, and you know his lane kind of opened up once it became him and just the Underlord. His bottom Zai is gonna fall to Shadow, who got a couple of bashes. So even though you get that kill onto the Klinks, this feels like another one of those games where Zai is gonna have a lot of deaths and not really enjoy his time.
Yeah, imagine thinking that you can tilt Zai. This man has been known to play these sacrificial offlane for a very long time, playing with literally 0 items. How many deaths to his name? 3 already, 8 minutes into the game. So we'll get online eventually. I mean, as a Venomancer, if you somehow manage the farm Aghanim Scepter, you kind of want to die anyway. Buy back, die again. You don't care. It's all about that damage. Your team will finish them off.
Yeah, you don't need to be the one getting the kills. You just need to be the one helping out with it. So, usually a lot of assists. We saw that game, I want to say like 1 or 2 years ago at this point. The Faith Beyond 170k damage. Venomancer. Just ult. Gale. You're good.
In terms of damage, if that game was on today's patch, I think it would be like 200,000 damage. I saw Venomancer the other day dealing 14,000 damage after one fight. Boxy gets the charge off.
Two-pronged attack. They're going to go for Zai, and they're going to get at least that kill into the Venomancer. Now they've got the Sinister Gaze. If the Remnant doesn't land, but Boxy's still in trouble with the Astral Step and the damage from Exantic. They get another kill. That's 2 there for D1 Hustlers. All that while Nisha's trying to take a tier 1 tower. Davai Lama will TP over there and throw a Firestorm down and stop that pressure.
Really crisp moves from Hustlers. I think they stabilize the lanes. I think they're in a good, like really good spot right now because Underlord, he's going for Crimson Guard. He's the one TPing, defending the mid. Also, there was still no Chronosphere being used. They're getting the pickoffs. Problem is, supports are slightly under-leveled because their XP rune got stolen, so both are level 5 right now. Exantic.
In some trouble. Astral Step going after Nisha, lands the 8th Remnant. That's with the Sinister Gaze. The damage on Anisha, he's getting a little bit low, but so is Exantic. Goes to the Dissimulate, they get the kill on Anisha. They'll turn around with the help of Mickey to get the kill on Exantic and get a trade. Davai Lama will fall in succession with him as they lose Hakoda. Mickey's got a double kill. They find Theolacor, and this should be 4 with the power shot and the triple kill from Mickey.
This is the problem that I mentioned. We see this power of XP runes. 2 supports being level 6 in that fight, while not having, like, for Clinks it doesn't matter as much at this stage of the game, but for Lich it really does. If there's a Chain Frost, Hustlers immediately win that fight. With some, like, 2, 3, 4 bounces, it should be more than enough.
Yeah, you could definitely sense the lack of damage from the supports here. Like Hakoda, all he's offering is a Sinister Gaze, which, at the end of the day, it does help them get at least Nisha out of this fight, but you want more in this exchange.
The slow, the spell amplification from Insania, like these power shots, they really do hurt. And Theolacor clinks with like 900 HP while Death Pact is active. Still not tanky enough. You connect the top of him, you're gonna get the kill. So Lich still level 5. This is one of the issues where we tried to fix. Davai Lama, point and Pit of Malice. Nicely done.
Trying to Fiend's Gate out of there, but the Shackle connects, and he's going to be held up, but they go to the Chrono, and that's on to 4. They get the kill on a Boxy. They'll still lose Davai Lama. Down goes Insania. Shad trying to fight, going after Zai with the power shot, doing some damage with the Time Walk to get the health back, and they'll get Zai. So 3 heroes fall. A good turnaround there with a good Chrono from Shad to make sure that they were able to take that fight and had some outside help.
Imagine if Lich was, again, level 6 there with a Chain Frost. They still do manage to get 3 kills, but Mickey gets away from the trouble. And Mickey is super farmed right now, but nicely plays Chronosphere, keeps them alive, gets another Firestorm off. This time dilation is going to cause a lot of issues. Like, no one, of course, loves to play into it, but mostly Wind Ranger. Pre-BKB, adding those extra it's just going to be massive. Extra slow as well. Tar Bomb. Lich with the Frost Shield right now. Boxy. Wow.
Nether Strike Courier kill. I don't know what the Courier did to deserve that, but what can you do? Shackle connects. Power shot. Short one. Hakoda now trying to get some help here from Shad as well as Theolacor, and Mickey's just going to drop. And that was a very ambitious play going into those 3 heroes. And Exantic's coming in with a double damage. The Astral Step across the 2. And they go to the Pit of Malice. They get the kill on Azai. They'll look over and Insania. They already got 2 kills and they want more. Insania on the run. Exantic
does have Solar plus Tar Bomb. It's a lot of slow. He might get a solo kill here.
He doesn't need the Astral Step coming in from Exantic. But, well, Shad will come over and bash Insania to death.
This is Giga Shad we're talking about. This Faceless Void has been very active. Involved in 10 out of 14 kills. The way they set up the lanes, he got a decent amount of farm from it. Was struggling a little bit when the Venomancer started to get more points in his Poison Sting. But things are looking really good for Hustlers. Once they get the next set of items, like once they get more levels, within for the Frost Shield plus Crimson Guard, right clicks are not gonna hurt. They're gonna kind of counter both Wind Ranger and Templar Assassin with this physical damage. Sure, Wind Ranger does magical as well with Power Shot and Maelstrom procs,
Dire are scanning.
but still, those right clicks that don't, it's... Yo, he's trying to steal the rune. Let's see if Insania manages to place down
Dire's
Sentry.
middle tower is under attack.
Just close enough?
Dai gets it. And Boxy as well. Oh no, not again. Two times in a
4.
row.
That's a big issue, and another Fiend's Gate used to try and get over there to the Wisdom Rune. So, like, we already saw the struggles that came out from not having Lich or the supports high enough level to really help out. And now that they've got that level 6, they do have the Chain Frost, so they have that help, but you still want these supports to be having a little bit more because you compare the experience, and it's about a full level between the supports.
It's a big difference, but now Pavis also. These items are starting to really group up on side of Hustlers. Frost Shield, Pavis, Crimson Guard is already finished. Chrono.
No, used on Zai, and this is looking for that solo kill, and well, Theo's going to show up and help out. He's got a little bit of the Skeleton Bros, or the Skelly Bros as you call them.
Charge on
That
Clinks.
kill onto Zai, and the charge, can they catch up? They've got the kill into Insania. Xantic's got a +1, and they get the charge, they get the kill. They at least get something out of this for Liquid, but here comes Hakoda, maybe looking to fight with Daibai Lama and Shat.
They have such a good setup. It's only like level 1 Pit of Malice for now, but if they land Pit of Malice, Chrono, it's such a good setup for Chain Frost. Dalai Lama doesn't care too much about it. He's going to protect the tower. 15 minutes into the game. There's only 1 tower missing. 2 towers, never mind. The safe lane tower, off lane tower for Team Liquid did die. And the mid tower, but the off lane towers are still standing. Xantic, how's he doing in terms of farm? Echo Saber done, going into Heaven's Halberd next. This is why I like if you can buy an item that counters both cores of the enemy team. So having a mischance, having a disarm as well. This is why Crimson Guard is so much more valuable. Like even defensive Solar Crest on Tioli core, which most likely gonna be used in offensive purposes, but they get double the value from it. Theo is getting charged.
Remnant. And the charge coming on to Theo, so they want the Clinks. They also were putting some damage onto Xantic. They get the kill on Theo Core very quickly. Nisha's got a lot of damage coming in. And they're still trying to fight Xantic with the double Astral Step to get some distance between him and the side of Liquid. Also high five a tower while he's TPing out. And the Fiend's Gate to the bottom, tier 3, while Daibai Lama just says goodbye.
Gotta love some good tickles. Wind Ranger against Underlord with Crimson Guard. 4 points in Atrophy Aura. Only Maelstrom procs deal damage, pretty much.
And health going up while he's getting hit. Very fun. And Xantic jumps in with the Astral Step. Aether Remnant. Zai again. Now feared up to the Sinister Gaze. The Pit of Malice is down. The Chain Frost doesn't bounce. But it's the damage that's needed to get that kill onto Zai.
Zai needed to die there. He wants to keep 2 deaths. 1 death per 2 minutes.
They're charging. They're going. They've got her out of Atos. They're looking over at Hakoda, but Theo Akor from behind with an Aether Remnant landing. Box is gonna die. Ambitious play from Liquid.
They don't have enough. I don't think the damage on their side is enough to be able to take these fights. The damage mitigation from Hustlers, the itemization so far has been on point. I think Liquid can try to go for Roche as soon as they finish off Deso. With just 2 heroes, Wind Ranger plus Templar Assassin should be able to kill it. So something that Hustlers need to be aware about. They need to be careful about them stealing it. They also have a lineup that could like potentially take it. Maybe not right now, because in terms of sustain, there isn't much. There isn't Mech, there isn't Guardian Greaves.
Dire's top tower is under
The Holy Core wants to take the tower top.
Wants to, will do.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
So you're starting to see this Clinks kind of come into his own. He's got just about as much gold as Zai does in this game, and he's going for that Nullifier. We saw that build on the first day of Western Europe, so Nullifier will be the game plan, and he's already got 1,300 gold, 2,000 short of getting that Sacred Relic.
Nullifier is just too good of an item right now. If you can buy it, there's always going to be these dispellable items like Crimson, Solar, Pavis, Wind Ranger, Bulldoze from Spirit Breaker, which is kind of a big deal, removing that status resistance from him.
Yeah, that's going to make Boxy very easy to kill. He's got level 4 in the Bulldoze. You just get rid of that, and all of a sudden he just melts, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Looking at the item that Shad has queued up, wants to get Lincoln Sphere, great against Shackle, charge of course. I would prefer if the second item after that is just Heaven's Halberd. He doesn't necessarily need to deal damage like straight away. I don't think they lack damage by any means, considering they have Void Spirit, Firestorm, Chain Frost during the Chronosphere. So I would prefer if it's just another Heaven's Halberd. Makes him super tanky, gives you that status resistance, and of course disarm against both Templar Assassin and Wind Ranger. Both are range heroes, so too good of an item to pass on.
I'm a little bit surprised to see Zai, the one taking these stacks. I know he's struggling, but I feel like the stacks, you're usually just trying to boost up your TA as high as possible, but I guess he just got the Deso, so like all you're looking at right now is a shard, and you'd maybe rather get Zai into that mech.
They are trying to get a kill, maybe turn that into Roche, because Roshan's going to be on Radiant side in 30 seconds. They found Dawai Lama, but that's a big kill to get.
Tanky guy, yeah. It's going to take a long time, and it'll allow D1 Hustlers to kind of rotate if need be. And Mickey's still smoked here, but D1 Hustlers don't exactly fully commit to that, and they realize that Liquid are just backing off.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So taking that stack for Zai, it's giving him a lot of gold, and like I said, he's trying to get to that mech, and eventually those Guardian Greaves get a little sustainability for his team.
Is under attack.
We'll finally take that safe lane tower.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Still playing the bottom part of the map. Roshan is there. But Radiant could potentially defend it. Let's see if Liquid wants to run inside the pit and try to take it with this freshly bought Deso plus Focus Fire.
They could do that. They could also then back off and go for the Tormentor. Those just spawned 30 seconds ago. Wisdom Runes are going to be available in 30 seconds as well. Thank you to all my alarms on my phone. And this will be Tombstone, and
They're
5 heroes going for Roche.
It's too late.
Ooh, Fiend's Gate, yeah, it's a little bit too late. The charge comes in. They go to the Time Walk as well as the Chrono. It's going to be on a 3 or 4. It's Boxy on the edge, who's also stuck. They get the kill now, Insania. They'll take out Mickey. They look over as the Chain Frost is bouncing around. The Time Walk over to the side. They'll take out Boxy. 3 heroes dead. The buyback's already committed from Insania, but Nisha trying to run. He's got an Aegis, but it's no longer available to him as they kill him off.
Pull him in.
Oh, yeah, Aether Remnant, everybody here. It's disastrous for Team Liquid, even though they get the Aegis. And D1 Hustlers, they make the right reaction, and it works out perfectly.
This game looks really rough for Liquid right now. Heaven's Halberd already finished on Void Spirit. They don't have enough lockdown to kill him. Like, Venomancer doesn't provide you with anything. Neither does Undying, Spirit Breaker. It's not enough. They can't just burst him from 100 to 0. Shad, he's the one getting charged. Let's see if they're going to steal enemy Tormentor. That would be pretty big, getting Lich.
Finally got a Wisdom.
Potentially hit
too.
shard. Yeah.
Gleipnir, Exantic. Ooh, Shackle connecting on a Shad behind him. They've got the Nether Strike. They have the control, but the Dissimulate, he's able to get himself an escape with the Astral Step. They look over at Boxy, and he's on the run, but he'll survive with a sliver of health. And now, D1 Hustler's on the run a little bit, but is this a little bit of a bait to draw them further away from their tower? They've got the charge on the Hakoda. They'll TP out Exantic. The Pit of Malice is down, and the Pit of Malice doesn't land on the charging Boxy, but they have the Sinister Gaze. Venomous Gale on a Daiva Llama, as well as that trap from this TA and the damage coming in from Liquid to get at least 1 out of that, and also save their own Tormentor, which is a bit of a big deal.
Yeah. Rest of the team is
getting chased by Boxy.
Gonna be there, Boxy. Where's the 1v1. Lich, he's fine for now. Let's see.
Yeah, he's
fighting.
fighting.
Mana, Chain Frost, nothing to bounce off. Another Frost Shield plus Pavis.
Yeah, Bash and Hakoda still surviving. But finally now, Theolacor comes in. Boxy's gonna die for this, as that fight went on forever. But now the right clicks from Nisha. Theolacor just getting away. The trap is down.
Oh, nice play from Nisha. He tried to go. This was introduced in 733 that you can deny traps with side blades.
Yeah.
And then he can splash off of it and try to get the kill. It was such a nice play.
That was a cheeky play right there. Would have been hype if he got that kill.
Also, there was a play that maybe could have happened. Klinks could have gave great Healing Lotus to Lich because he had slot available, and then he could click it immediately, get the healing off, and then he survives there. But Never mind. He's still high level, I think. Like Lich being level 11, about to crack level 12, he's more than fine. Clinks is level 12, about to finish off his nullifier, so that's massive. That's just huge.
I was saying that maybe his game didn't start off well enough where he could be that core that we've seen with Clinks in the past, but I certainly feel it now. You could tell he's got some damage, especially now with the Sacred Relic. Like, things are starting to really ramp up for him.
And even Underlord's going for Heaven's Halberd, so that's gonna be another one. I mentioned one on Faceless Void. Now that they have two, I'm not sure if he needs a third one, but it would be fun to watch. You know, just for the memes, make it happen. Wind Ranger using Focus Fire, not dealing damage for like 15 seconds.
That seems like quite the meme format. Boxy getting taken out. 3 heroes here as they've got that double damage.
Xantic holding on to double damage and Region Rune. Oh my god, down to half
They're
HP
coming
already.
around the other way. Insania dies. They drop down a Fiend's Gate. They're looking over at Zai. The Firestorm on him. He's trying to run as the bashes are in for Shad, and they'll get another kill. That's now a godlike spree for this Faceless Void. He's 9-0-7.
Liquid, they're really in trouble. I don't see them like starting a fight. They also need another set of items. Wind Ranger, pre-BKB, like, you're gonna really struggle. There's also a nullifier. So if you get into a fight, one-time dilation, and I also like that Shad is maxing it out. Duration is 11 seconds. Most of the Faceless Voids will put 1 point in time dilation, get some extra stats just to be a bit more tanky, but he's maxing it out.
He's actually also skipped the level 10 talent for Shad. Yeah, building on to Chrono right now, too, so how do you fight if you're Liquid?
The answer is you don't.
Oh.
I mean, you can, and then you lose a fight. That's the other option.
You're definitely right. Nullifier being built for Nisha, but you could see, like, there's just a lack of survivability. Sometimes it feels like a lack of damage and a lack of life for these heroes, as Mickey's gonna drop to Theo Licor, who's on a mega kill streak. He is now 8-7-12. Like, that early part of this game really sucked for him as he was constantly getting charged. Chrono now on a Zai. They don't care who they catch in it as long as they get a kill, and it's gonna be Zai, and now they're gonna go for the high ground. These D1 hustlers are hustling. And they are really looking to start with a victory.
Foxy getting the charge. Canceling it. Doesn't feel too comfortable while Nisha is trying to get some split push going. It's not as effective. You are playing against Fiend's Gate, but still dealing some decent amount of damage here. Hakoda will TP to bottom lane. Get the Frost Shield off.
Uh-oh. Insania's got to be careful. Melee racks, that gets taken out. They've got a trap that slows down Dive by Llama, and now they're going to go to the Fiend's Gate, but the charge across all four. Nether Strike. Pit of Malice is down. It's Zanta going in. They've got themselves the taunt. It's going to be on to Nisha. Nisha's in trouble with the Sinister Gaze on him. They'll get the kill on Nisha and Insania. Mickey, Boxy, not doing enough damage here. The charge comes in once again, but there's nothing to follow this up. Mickey doing nothing except dying. Dive by Llama with the double kill, the Venomous Gale, as well as the ult from Zai, but it doesn't really deter them much from staying in the base. They're not going to dive the fountain, but they'll start to take the tier 4s.
Yeah, they're going to call GG. They got no business left in this game.
Wow. Giving it to Liquid, and this game one looked really good after a little bit of a shaky start to get out of the laning phase.